Let's spark a conversation, energize a movement, connect to a circuit with the flame and truth. Hot and ready like Little Caesar, so no need for your acid, air blasts, cookies, brownies, mollies, or joints to attempt to exist higher than reality. No. We are now behind the scale and can beam you up, Scotty, introduce you to the Most High, supply real solutions to your absolute problems, a genuine path that won't leave you burnt out or hung over. It's lit. If this nonfiction hits your veins, you'll never be the same. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good, that the Lord is real. Help now in the time of need. He's historical, concrete, and sincere. And life is rough. Roddy Cleburne dishes. Life is good times. Fresh Prince, Orange, The New Black, Casey Undercover, NCIS, Empire. Life is a soap opera, a drama, a comedy, a sitcom, a story that intersects with other stories. And in times, desires to seek and escape to unplug from glitchy people. We are your connect. Real people dealing with real issues, pointing to the real one with the most authentic words of life. That's a guide through this brutal, factual, actual world. So let's spark a conversation, energize a movement, connect to a circuit with the flame and truth. We are your connect, your suppliers of the goods, the good news, the truth, the gospel, the realness, the real connect. What's up, YouTube? I am Anastasia.
It's your boy, Aaron.
And I'm CJ.
We want to thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
So, we are The Real Connect, and today we are talking, can Christians have fun?
Hey, of course we can have fun.
You think so?
Duh. Like, it's a little weird.
All right, so when people first get saved, it is a common misconception that Christians cannot have fun because you got to think about so much stuff that you have to give up. About to get saved, so I can't go to the club no more. I can't drink no more. I can't smoke no more.
That's like the first thing that comes to anyone's mind.
Right. So we want to let you know today that you can still have fun. So, did you guys feel that way? Like
I didn't feel that way. Like when I first got introduced to Christianity, it was in a Mormon church, and it was really like just, I don't want to say, okay, it was really religious, and it was really like you sing the songs from the book. You know, you open up the book and you pick like a song, and it was just so routine and like boring. So I thought that was Christianity, and I couldn't have fun, couldn't get lit.
CJ, how did you feel about like Christianity and fun? Like, did they go together?
So, like, I'll give you like an estimate from like maybe when I was like between 7 and like 12 years old. I didn't really like understand all that stuff, but when I started to enter my like teenage years, like I'm still in my teenage years, but
like you said, you were born in the church though, right?
yeah.
So like some background information, like we weren't all like born in the church. So CJ like started off in the church.
But like when I really got into the teenage years, that's when I realized a whole like, oh, I can't do this. I'm limited on certain things that I want to do, but I can't do. So I was like, it's like kind of not fun. And then once I got a little bit older, I started getting to like more interesting things like at the church. So now I find it a little bit more fun.
Okay, so for me, I was kind of born in the church. I've been around church all my life, but for me, church was just like a thing that you go to. I don't know, like everybody lived a double lifestyle, so I didn't like put church with you have to live like the pastor, so to speak, type deal. Like, you know, the pastor ain't doing like all that crazy
So
stuff.
like as long as you show up, you straight. You don't really have to live it out 100%.
Right. Like, I think I had convictions. Like, I knew what I was doing was wrong, but since everybody else was doing it, it kind of subsided it, if that makes sense. You know?
Okay.
So, we already said we do think Christians have fun. So, and now we can all say that we do have fun as Christians.
Yes, definitely.
So when do you guys think the worldliness fun became less appealing to you, Aaron?
Now she called me out first. When did it become less appealing to me? It got kind of old after a while, like doing the same thing. We go smoke, hang out with girls. Like, it was appealing at first, but then all the drama that comes with it, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it gets old for me.
Drama? What drama? Elaborate.
She want the scoop. Like,
Dude.
this man says spill the tea. But like, for example, I would like try to talk to girls, but you can get really attached in that process. You know what I'm saying? Or they could get really attached. So now it's like you don't know where they trying to bring it. You know, you just kind of want to be like, we can do stuff together, but I don't want to be loyal. I don't want to be committed 24 hours a day.
Oh, Shadrach wants more.
Oh, our producer jumping in. Wait, what are you saying?
Shady Shad wants to know the stuff that you speak of with the girls that you were trying to talk to.
Y'all know what I'm saying.
He was having the sex
Yes. All of the above, bro.
with the girl.
Yes.
For me, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You good.
For me, my worldly fun was mostly parties. I was at the teen clubs. What? Lighting it up. And my 12th grade year, I definitely think that is when the Lord kind of started putting like a close to it. Like, I think the Lord, you know how like everybody has like their rope of grace? I think that's what mine was like slowly coming to an end, and I could like feel it. So that was the year like my grandmother passed away, and my cousin Kevin, he spoke at her funeral, and like when he was talking, I seen like something different in him. Like it wasn't that same, like I go to church, but I live my life however I want to live my life. Like when he was talking, like I seen like a fire and a passion in his eyes, and something in me was like, I want that. And so, like, I remember, like, from the moment I said that at that funeral, my entire 12th grade year changed. Like, I felt convicted about everything. The, like, next party I went to, it, like, just wasn't the same. I was just like, it's the same, like you said, same people here doing the same thing. I was just like, it's not what it used to be.
Right.
So I stopped going to parties my 12th grade year. I was having the sex with my boyfriend at the time, and I felt convicted. I would cry afterwards.
What?
And like make up lies to the reasons why I was crying, but I knew exactly why I was crying. I completely felt like I knew the Holy Spirit was living inside me, and I knew like he was grieved.
Wow. Dang, that's that real conviction, bro.
And so then the day I graduated, my friends from church took
Church gang.
took me to the club to like celebrate that you've graduated high school. And the entire 12th grade year, our girls are talking about, oh, dudes are like grabbing on you, and they're like bragging about this stuff. Like, you just let a dude grab on you? Like, why is this okay? This is not okay. Like, you can control what happens at a teen party, at a club. You talking like grown men. Okay,
So got
teen
real.
parties, yeah. You talking like kids that you go to school with. Now we talking the club. These like grown men. So I'm like, no, I ain't with it. So I definitely like already wasn't interested. Just turned off by the way they were just describing how the club happens. So they take me to the club. I pray before I get there. Lord, please don't let no dude touch me. Like legit. We was in the car and I was just like, Lord. And so we get in the club, and I think the Lord heard my prayer because legit, it was just like one dude when we were like trying to like walk through the like, because it's like super tight in the club and hot, and so you're like trying to like walk through all these people, and so I felt a dude like go like this, like on the tip of my butt, and I was like, oh, please, somebody go. Like trying to like scoot, like please go, he's touching me. Oh, I don't like it. He was dancing with a girl. I was like, how you gonna be dancing with somebody and trying to touch me? We're not doing that. Yeah. And then when we were at the club, my friends weren't dancing, and I was like, well, am I the life of the party? Because they were like, the girl that I went with, like her favorite song at the time was like, She Got a Don't. You remember that song?
Yeah.
By Soulja Boy. And that song played, and I was like, you're not dancing? Like, this is your jam. So then I was like, oh, man. So then that's when I started dancing and, like, getting into it. But I knew, like, the only reason why I got into it is because I was like, how y'all come here and y'all, like, not going to dance? Like, we normally have a good time at these things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was that. And so I just knew from there my rope was shortly ending. 10 days later, I moved to Orlando. I went to one last party here in Orlando. Again, not fun at all. So yeah, that was
Wow.
that was that. So CJ, being that you are still a teenager, I want to ask you a real question.
And keep it real. Keep it 100.
I want you to be honest. So, because the question for us was, when did it stop becoming appealing?
Mhm.
Is it still appealing? Is the question. I want you to be honest. Is it still appealing?
So, for those who you know personally who know me, something happened at 8th grade dance.
Answer the question first.
Okay, are you want me to answer the question
Is it
first?
still appealing?
Yes, it is.
I mean, I think that's any age, but
Yeah.
I feel you. Go ahead.
You want me to continue what I was
Yeah,
gonna say?
yeah.
Now you can go to your story.
So, something happened at the 8th grade dance. You know, I'm not gonna go into it unless y'all want me to go into detail. Not too much. No, not too much.
Go ahead, bro. Just let us know.
All right, so you know,
Let the people know.
I got there. You know, kids talking smack. You know, for a couple years. You know, but then you know, once I got there, and they started playing the music, the girls started getting into it. You know, I kind of you know, being myself. You know, I was like, all right then. So let me go. I got behind one girl.
So he's
I
in
was
the
like,
club
oh,
turned up.
Yeah.
And
And
what
then
happened?
more.
Like,
And
we need
then,
to set the scenery because CJ playing right now. Like, you weren't.
all right, so this is what happened. She was.
Let them know how you did it, bro.
She was. Well, they were. I want to say she. They were. It was multiple. Okay. You know, I got
Multiple.
turned. I got lit all the way. So I was like, it was hard to control myself. I tried to calm myself down a little bit. But, you know, one after
Getting
another.
excited.
There I go. I was like, man. And after that, everybody was like, all right, I got a little bit of respect for you now. I was like, all right.
All right, so these two
Ooh.
girls were twerking, going in on my dog CJ, and that's when his life. That's when it got real,
No, that's when it started.
right?
But when it started like not get appealing to me anymore, it was like after like our Universal trip, our grad venture trip in 8th grade is like towards the end of the year.
hmm
After that, like after they let us roam around like 6:15. So after that, I got tested again. We were like a group. It was like a group of 4 different Hispanic girls. So I already knew it was a test. So
Your
one
tests come
girl,
in groups.
one girl purposely walked in front of me and scooted like towards me,
Mm.
like purposely, and I was like, man, no, that was not that type of cuffing. She was trying to do some other type of cuffing. So I was like, let me just get on this roller coaster, and I'm like going back to my group. So after that, like my whole like idea and my like appeal to that just like it.
So
totally
why'd you decide
changed.
not to though? From being turned up and kind of feeling it. At the
Cause
party
like,
too.
at that like when you're in the moment of it, like you're not
Mhm.
really thinking about it. You're
Right.
like, okay, yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm finally like doing it. What I want,
Yeah,
like
you're
what I
right.
wanted to do.
yeah.
And then once you start doing it over and over again, it starts to get like, I don't want to say, I want to say like, it starts to get like a
Repetitive?
routine, the repetitive,
Right.
and it started to get like boring for me. And then when I started to realize that it started to get boring and it wasn't like something that really caught my attention,
Mm-hmm.
and like I was like, okay, so I gotta stop doing this. So I stopped. I still struggle with it, but not to like that point.
I feel you. And one thing,
Yeah.
like Christian fun, it always feels like fresh and genuine. Like you really do something because you want to have fun and not just because you're trying to like fit in or just trying to, you know what I'm saying, do the same old. And I can say like with the girls, like that's one thing that got played out for me because girls are always doing the same thing. Like it's only twerking. It's not like real dancing like it used to be or whatever. It's always the same thing. So it's like it looks kind of like desperate after a while and it gets old.
Well, pause. My 12th grade year at prom, because I had stopped going to parties and stuff,
Mhm.
I was like getting down. Like we was like legit dancing at my prom.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
We
at a
were
prom.
doing like
High school
Wu-Tang battles, because that's when the Wu-Tang was
Oh,
like
okay.
high, like all the, because we came up in like all the different dance crazes, so they was playing all those songs and we was like out there battling. It was like Walk It Out came on. I learned how to do Walk It Out in like a back bend. I was like, what?
Dang, your
Let's
prom
do
was
this.
lit.
Prom now is not even close to that.
Yeah.
Wow, your prom was.
all you see girls do is just popping it.
And then after
Y'all
that,
had like dance competitions at you?
well, I mean, it wasn't like a set up competition. I was just dancing, then this girl just came and battled me, and I was like, well, what it is then? Let's
Oh
get
wow,
it.
you had the most. You had the most official prom ever.
It was super fun, and we were cool at the end of it all. It was great.
Okay.
So with that, okay, so now that we are Christians and we don't go to the club no more, we don't go to team parties no more.
Right.
So what do you guys find fun?
CJ.
Like I'll keep it 100 with y'all. Like this is what like doing like all of this is what like helps me a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I enjoy doing. Like ever since I was like asked to do this, like I thought about like, dang, like why me? Like and the stuff like I was going through at that time was like I was like, dang. Like this is like God really telling me like this is your opportunity to like change a lot of stuff in you, and then there's like you have people around you who like just like got done going through all that stuff, so like I could relate to it a lot more, so like I enjoy doing this a lot, and like the media and stuff, and
The media and stuff.
like like the camera, and sometimes on the in the sound booth, or like doing the music. Sometimes I'll do it for service. Just a lot of stuff that plays into it. That yeah. It's kind of like my job, without
Okay,
actually
okay.
having a job yet. You
I
feel
feel you.
me?
Yeah, I respect that. Okay, so for me, like I said earlier, like just having like genuine things to do. Like we always used to link up and smoke. Like that was the whole schedule. You know what I'm saying? Just like smoke, get high, go link up with girls, like repeat. So like now that like I've met people in this church, like our shady producer, Shadrach. Yeah.
AK.
Like people that
Tuesdays.
like genuinely want to have fun. Like you like going out to like performances and poetry and like do actual stuff that like you don't have to try to
You don't feel condemned to do it.
write or convicted. It's just like
It's like okay,
fresh,
like,
genuine, real. It's like a real experience with real memories that you'll bring with you, bro, your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Listen, so when I first moved here, I knew my life was about to change. Like I said, I went to that party, and then the Sunday I was at Jump Ministries, and my life has never been the same. Shoot. I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay, sorry. When I got here, I used to always like look up different stuff. So just for like any new believers out there, like wherever you are type deal, just Google, Facebook, Instagram. There's always like Christian events going on if you're into that kind of stuff. Like
Nice.
I had the opportunity to go to the Man Up concert when they had it here in Orlando for free. I.e. my cousin, but I found out about that. That's when Hot 95 point.
Yeah, 95.9.
Yes, them.
Definitely.
That's when they first opened up that hip hop radio station here in Orlando. So then they were letting us know when hip hop concerts were going on.
Oh wow.
On Kingdom Promotion started coming up around that time and started putting on different events. They at one point they were doing like game nights and poetry nights. There used to be this thing that I found on Facebook called the IP3 Lounge. It used to be an awesome poetry, Christian poetry event. It was like clean air. They did a poetry slam. I was in it. I came in second place. Shout out to Dav.
Hey.
That was my dog. So like just looking up different things. Just if you want to do something. I'm an artist, and in high school. It was like kind of a part of my grade. Since I was in an arts program, we actually had to go out and we had to go to like an art show. We had to go to a dance show. We
At
had
high
to
school?
go. Yeah, in high school, we had to go to all the different departments that were in it. So it was dance, art, theater, and something else. Singing. So I had to go to like all these different shows, and I used to love it. I used to love everything. I used to love going to art shows and like walking around like the gallery and like looking at what they had. If our school had an art exhibit, or in St. Petersburg, there's like the Salvador Dali one. There's the Fine Arts Museum. There's tons of museums in St. Petersburg, and I used to love going to them. We had to we had to put it like the ticket of whatever we bought in like a folder and like prove that we actually went.
So you did all this conviction free, like not having to do what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying?
And so I'm just saying, like, even if you're not into like Christian stuff, you can still go out and have a good time without getting too crazy or displeasing the Holy Spirit that lives on the inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still go to poetry events, not Christian clubs, poetry clubs. There are tons in the city of Orlando. Now, you do have to have convictions because there are some where they can get a bit crazy. And so on like certain poems, I can feel the Lord. He'd be like, all right, I don't know if the person off the camera remembers, but I've gone to one where he started kind of talking a little crazy and was like, all right, we're gonna go step in the bathroom for this poem. And I've gone to a different one with a different poet. He was a Christian poet, and he was like, we can't stay out here for this one. And so we went in the bathroom, and then he felt like the atmosphere was about to get really, really crazy, so then we just left. Like, so you just got to know like your limitations. Feel what I'm saying? So there is a scripture for that. Do you not know the scripture?
No, I don't.
Oh, we should have. So it was every man, I believe Paul said it, every man has to work out their own salvation. So listen, you can have fun in the Lord. I think the Lord is he's pretty chill and pretty happy. He's joyous. It's one of his fruits, okay? And so he wants you to have that and be a part of that. And so, Chad's laughing at me. So like just go out and have a good time. Like whatever it is that you really, really desire. There's so much stuff. Sparkling cider is a wonderful substitute. I don't know if you've ever. It's a Martinelli, yes.
Martinelli.
Listen, and during Christmas time, there's a flavor called blueberry.
Oh,
heaven!
You ain't talking nothing, girl.
It's heaven. I don't know what that was. Inside.
It's lit though. We'll explain that later, another time.
Yes. So, do you guys feel like you're missing anything?
At some points I do feel like I miss something, but then when I really like deep down think about it, I'm like, nah, I'm really not. Because then I'll look at the people around me, and like God, like I prayed like the God like keep me from not doing what I see them doing. So like, but I do see people around me like kids in school, and then for them it's like a regular thing. Like they'll do it every single day, and it'll like be nothing wrong. But then I don't think they really realize in the long term what it really will do to them.
Right.
But like, yeah, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm trying to say. You get me? You hear me? Oh, thank you, sir.
I get what you're trying to say. And I feel like when you're tempted, like in the moment, it always is gonna feel like you're missing out. You know, like it's always a sacrifice. Like if it's a sacrifice, it's gonna cost something from you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to pay some kind of price. But the payout of doing it like God's way instead of the same old is much better. And like we said earlier, you don't have that conviction. You don't have to try to like meet other people's expectations. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all go out and friends want you to like try things. It's just like clean, free, and like, you know, legit, like legitly fun and genuine.
Agreed. For
what
me,
about you?
I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I wasn't really into drugs. I was an athlete and a dancer, so I kind of stayed away. And then I had the sexa. I know how it messed me up. And so, like, I have a lot of trips to the altar because of it. So I don't really think that I'm missing anything. You know, I feel like once the Lord like kind of like, I know how, you know how Bishop says, like, Lord, make this bitter to my tongue. That's a great prayer to pray. if you like know that you really really like something, and you know that the Lord doesn't really really like it, and you want to stop really really liking it, that's a great prayer to pray. Lord, make this bitter to my tongue. And I didn't pray that prayer, but I feel like that's what the Lord did with the parties, and so I don't really feel like I'm missing anything. I really know what's to miss. I think Jesus is great. He's done amazing things in my life, like.
Yeah, and I feel like that conviction comes along with it too, because like you know how like you're deeply into something and you don't really pay much thought to it, like it's just something you kind of do, but then as you come to know God more, it starts to get like nasty to you and like shameful.
Yeah.
And that conviction will come, and like that's one good thing about like having fun in God is that you can learn a different way to live life without that shame.
And then like still have fun at the same time,
Right.
and it doesn't have to feel boring when you do it. Because then when you get, like, introduced to new things, like, while you're in the church and you're learning and, like, growing, it becomes more, like, you learn new stuff and it becomes, like, new to you. And then you're like, oh, dang, I do kind of like that. And then it opens good doors.
Right,
So,
and
like,
you can just, like, have fun and be free in you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be, like, be Christian and have fun. It's like
not so
have
much
fun
religious.
how life was supposed to be intended before.
Yeah.
We got influenced by, these music videos and friends trying stuff.
Yeah.
It's real.
You feel me? You feel me?
Definitely find like what you really really like, and then go enjoy it. You might be a person who likes to just chill at Starbucks and read a book. That's your fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I'm an introvert, so I enjoy being by myself. You might be a person who likes to go out. Listen, there are tons of Christian concerts. NF is coming to
Comedy clubs,
Orlando.
all kind of stuff.
Comedy clubs,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Comedy clubs, poetry clubs. There's a lot of stuff out there, so I can't think. Poets and Autumn Jessel's here. If you can see my shirt, it says refocusing on God, and it looks like it's out of focus, but it comes with free 3D glasses to actually put it in focus. And it was from a poem that Chris Webb did. This is not sponsored. I bought this shirt. But he did a poem called A Thought Life, like basically like all the thoughts that go in your mind. And he was talking about how like we have to refocus our mind on God, because even in worshiping God, your mind can drift off, and you just have to bring your mind back constantly. And so I was just like that poem was just like so profound. I was just like, I gotta get that shirt. So yeah, there's just so much stuff out there that you can get yourself into, and you can have yourself a merry little Christian life.
Yeah, find new hobbies, but good hobbies, not bad hobbies. If you're like getting into like trying to find like who you are, and like walking into like that new like Christian life, don't like start off with like simple stuff. Like don't try to like push yourself into like stuff that like you're not like ready for spiritually. So like start off with like small things. You start with in that one place and work on that, and then once you feel like you're ready and like spiritually and physically ready, then you can move on to like another thing.
Okay.
Good job.
CJ out here preaching.
Preaching.
So listen, if you're looking for a wonderful church home, we go to one. It's Jump Ministries Global Church and 2550 West Colonial Drive. We are overseen by Bishop Duran Hepburn and his beautiful wife, Lady Fong Hepburn. So we would love for you to come out and join us. We serve food after service if that's a point to get you here.
Every service.
Okay, awesome word, and then you get food at the end. We have services on Sundays at 11, Tuesdays at 7, and Fridays at 7 as well. So you're welcome to any three of those. We'd love to have you. Please follow us on social media. You can follow myself at Resurrect Poems.
Aaron_Plummer_.
And you can follow me at DatBoyCJ1.
All right, and you can then also follow all three of us at the TR Connect on Instagram, The Real Connect on Facebook, TR Connect _ on Twitter. Subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff on this video. We appreciate you for watching, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Have a happy Saturday.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Wednesday when y'all see this. So.
Yeah.
It'll be Wednesday.
We post every Wednesday.
Blocking out
Every
the
Wednesday.
haters.
Peace.
You get me. Man's never hot.
had like 10 seconds left.
Whoa.